Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get back to Hunter x Hunter. Just letting guys know now, I am recovering from a cold that I had, so my voice isn't exactly at 100%, but I'd say it's well within like a 90% range. But well, actually, you know what? It's probably best if you guys can see my face when I see this. Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to more Hunter x Hunter. So yeah, my voice is not exactly at 100% despite how it may sound right now, so I have like a little bit of like a scraggliness is how I would describe it in my throat right now. So you'll have to forgive me if my voice isn't exactly where I tend to have it the majority of the time. But today we are going to be reading through volume 21 of Hunter x Hunter, and we are picking up right when after, Gon is currently fighting Knuckle, we have Killua who is about to go up against Shoot, who we learn not only has a missing arm but has like disembodied hands surrounding him as well. So that's what was underneath his clothes. So for volume 21, we have chapters 212 all the way to 223. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one of volume 21, shall we? Chapter 212, Water Breaking. And it just shows all of these different hands that are floating around Shoot.
What? 3 hands? How? Are they floating? What's his ability? Calm down. Use Gyo to check. Should I attack first?
And he's looking at Shoot, but he doesn't notice any aura around his body.
He's not using Een. Those 3 hands are actually floating. So, he's a manipulator.
And it shows all of this Nen around this little cage that one of the hands is holding.
That cage is a mystery too. If he's using the hands to attack, why would he need it? Basically, I can't let those hands touch me.
And he takes out 2 yo-yos and he starts spinning them around himself. Yo-yos. First, let's see what you got. And he sends these hands straight towards Killua. And it just shows like a short ensemble of panels where Killua is deflecting these hands with the yo-yos. And in the next panel we get on the next page is Killua just spinning all of these. Hold on, I look a little bit bright there. Killua is spinning all of these yo-yos around him, rebounding the hands away. Excellent handling. And then all of a sudden, Killua disappears from where he's standing, and he's right in front of Shoot. Fast! No, I was wrong. It wasn't Killua who dashed from where he was. It was Shoot who dashed from where he was, and he's directly in front of Killua.
Fast! The hands were decoys?
Jump back.
No! I have to do better than that!
Because this feeling of Illumi looming over Killua is directly behind him.
Zap him! Zap him!
And then all of a sudden, Shoot manages to shove Killua and hit him directly in front of his face. Just palm thrusts him.
Yeah! I failed. My body won't move.
His reaction speed slowed. This is
Illumi's spell.
Or is this... No, this is still Killua.
This is Illumi's spell.
I wonder.
Don't think about it. I have to break this habit. Give it all I've got, no matter what.
And Killua jumps away from Shoot.
He's strong and fast. He is... No, cut it out! Better than me. He deserves that respect. I can't win.
But while Killua is distancing himself away from Shoot, he notices that he can't see from his left eye.
My left eye.
And then Shoot goes to hit Killua, but Killua immediately jumps away before Shoot can actually punch him. And then he hits a tree, still trembling.
The left side of my face is gone.
Good reaction time. Good reaction this time. Was it a fluke before? Should you get hurt in an unusual way, get far away from your enemy.
The spell saved me. But that's not good enough. I can't win that way.
And then more fists, more floating hands just come shooting in, trying to hit Killua, and he deflects them once again with his yo-yos. Though, since the left side of his face is pretty much obscured, he gets nailed by one of these hands out of his, brand new blind spot.
A blind spot!
And while he's there, reeling from that, two eyes appear next to him, and it's Shoot again, who's right next to him. And Killua jumps away as fast as he can.
Again!
Swift move.
No, I'm only running away. I've never truly fought any of my battles.
And then Killua digs his hand into the ground, digs his feet into the ground, and goes running towards Shoot. He abandons his yo-yos. Not only that, but he flexes his hand so much that it actually breaks the band that keeps the yo-yo attached to his finger. He breaks it, flexing, and then runs at Shoot screaming.
Ah!
And while Killua's running, Shoot uses more of his hands, and Killua's running towards him still, deflecting and ignoring the hits.
I won't run anymore!
And then it shows Killua building up electricity in his hand.
Eat this!
An electric shock. And all of a sudden, before Killua can do anything, Shoot immediately moves a far distance away and goes, "No thanks."
Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind. Go after him!
Don't pursue too far. Go after. And just the voice of Illumi just keeps popping up behind him.
Cut it out. How did you know?
Wait.
Cut it out. Don't ask questions. How did you know?
And then it cuts to a different location, a heartbeat, and then we get the Ant Queen. And she's screaming. And then we get the elite guards going, "Is it time?" And then Pito goes,
Yeah, the birth of the king.
and then the queen is going,
But, wait, it's too soon.
"Shut up." And this voice comes from inside of her womb because she's about to give birth to the king. It comes from inside of her womb, and then she's shocked because a fist comes flying straight through her. And that's the end of the chapter. That's the end of 212. That's the end of 212. Okay, we're going to move on to chapter 213. Chapter 213. That was the end of 212. Onwards to 213. Chapter 213, Birth. And two arms start to come up from inside, and they physically pull themselves and rip themselves from the queen's womb. The queen! Quick! And then all of these different high-grade chimeras, including the elite guards, are there to see the queen, and apparently the king, who has basically forcibly erupted from the queen, and the queen basically is just laying there twitching because apparently just ripped through her entire body, and the king is just standing there. My appetite needs appeasing. Prepare a feast. But yeah, chapter 213, Birth. My appetite needs appeasing. Prepare me a feast. See, this is the king. Both Penny and and Colt are looking at this new Ant King, the Chimera, not Ant King, but Chimera King. And the queen is steadily twitching.
Oh no! This is bad! Her organs have been severely damaged!
And before the penguin chimera can even run over to check on the queen, the king's tail moves so quickly that the upper half of this penguin chimera's body just straight up disappears. Just straight up obliterated his head. Shocking Colt. And then the king just swipes his tail to get rid of all the blood. Don't make me repeat myself. Prepare me a feast. And then he's looking around. This place is filthy. Show me to a bigger and brighter room. And then Colt is just looking at the king. And then looking at the queen, who's still twitching. And then the king looks at Colt. And says, "You. Wipe it off." And showing his tail that still has blood on it. And all of the other chimeras are just utterly terrified. And then we get the turtle chimera who comes and goes,
Dear me, I happen to have a hanky handy, and
before he can even finish that sentence, his head is obliterated. I meant you. Don't make me say it twice. Wipe it. And then all the chimeras are horrified. Colt then takes the rag and then wipes his tail. Where's my food? And then we get voices going, "This way, sire." Oh wait, this is Pito.
this way, sire. A meal has been prepared for you.
We three shall be your devoted servants.
Your wish is our command.
We will be at your beck and call.
To get you anything you need or want. And these are the elite guards that the queen gave birth to. And the king just looks at him and just goes, huh. And they all leave. Then we get the rest of the chimeras, the lower ranking ones, going, "The queen!
Stop the bleeding!"
How does it look?
Bad. Really bad. Multiple organs have been crushed beyond repair. She won't last.
And Colt is looking, kinda, I won't say, what is the word? Kind of desperate, and goes, "Neferpito, wait! The queen's life is in danger. I need your help. Your power. You fix that human." And Pito just looks back while they're steadily walking with the king.
I did that because I needed him. Once the king is born, the queen doesn't matter to us. We don't need that thing anymore.
Just referring to the very being that gave birth to every single one of these chimeras as we don't need that thing anymore. Because they have... Oh, goodness. And Colt is looking even more desperate, but also starting to look upset as his eyes get bloodshot.
We have your meal on the roof. There's quite a view.
Then it will be faster to go from the outside. And the king punches directly into the fortress and leaves a wide hole. A super wide tunneled hole that not only the impact shook the entire Chimera fortress, but it's also a giant gaping hole that leads directly to the outside.
Excellent, sire.
And then the king stabs his tail into the rock, and then just using the strength of his tail, moves himself outside, and then proceeds in one swift motion to just use his tail to also launch him all the way to the top of the Chimera fortress. And the king looks down, and every single one of his elite guards travels up there with him. I gotta read what this says down here. Oh yeah, one of them, look, and they're all preparing to head up there. Yeah, they're all preparing to head up there. With one of them, whose name I completely forgot from the last session we had, basically being a chimera that has giant butterfly wings, going, "Pardon," and then he just flies up there.
Oh, nice.
Then the other one basically creates wings on his back using Nen, and then just, well, he tries to fly into the air, but he flies directly into the wall, going, need practice. Then the king is eating, and he's eating into, like, one of these meatballs that was prepared for the queen. He eats it and just spits it out, going, yuck.
Is it not to your liking?
And this is Pito to the king. No, it tastes bland.
We don't use any seasonings.
No, that's not it. In the womb, I occasionally received an extremely luscious bolus.
Ah, you must be talking about the rares.
Such delectable satisfaction. I crave it badly, and I will have it.
Very well, sire.
Then one of them is heading straight for us.
And this is Moral. Yeah, this is Moral and Knave. And Nove. Yeah. Was it Knave? I think it's Nove. Yeah, Moral and Nove seeing, like,
One of them.
wait, is this still the king going,
Very well, sire. Then,
One of them's heading straight for us.
did they find us? Get ready to hide.
Wait, something's weird. Look.
And it's Colt. It's Colt who's carrying a white flag. A white flag? And he lands and he floats in front of Moral. We surrender on one condition. Save our queen's life. She can't give birth anymore. The king has already been born.
What?
It's too soon. They're all evil. And it shows the king being carried by the elite guard that has the butterfly wings, and it shows Pito being carried by the other elite guard who has trouble flying in the first place. And that is the end of chapter 213. Onwards to chapter 214. Change the text. Boop, 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 boop. Chapter 214, Results. And the king is being transported. Yeah, the king is being transported. And he's looking down and he sees a field with people. And then he just drops. He just drops into this field. And people are looking at him. And the king is walking towards this couple. And then all of a sudden his tail moves and their heads is gone. Yeah, their heads are gone. Huh? What was that? There was no resistance at all. And then, after shattering their skulls, he literally eats their brains and goes, ugh. That was a dud.
allow me, sire. The most delicious part of a human is the brain. It would be best to make the kill without harming their heads.
Is that so? And then it shows a child that was there as well. And she goes,
Mommy? Daddy? Ah!
and then, not even sparing the children, the child gets stabbed through the chest. Like so? And he's just literally having this child. I'm sorry. It's not every day you see a child get basically just brutalized in a series like this all that often. Sorry. I just don't see it all the time. But the kid gets impaled on the king's tail going, like so.
Splendid!
And then proceeds to basically pick the brain and eat the brains of the child. I see. Not bad. But still spits it out. But still not worth eating, compared to the rares. Let's go.
Allow me, sire. There is a way to distinguish the rares from the chaff. With this method,
And then all of a sudden the king swings his tail and smacks Pito in the face. Do you dare mock me? I know that one can see the energy surrounding the body by focusing the eyes. so you judge according to its quantity.
Please forgive me, sire. It takes no skill whatsoever in simply spotting them in the.
Oh, wait. It takes no skill whatsoever in simply spotting them and then eating them. The pleasure comes from not knowing they're rare until you bite in. My hunger has been satisfied for now anyway. Pito, you're built rather tough. I intended to kill you with that blow. I commend you.
I'm not worthy.
And it just shows all of the chimeras that were killed by the king. And it shows these chimeras who are looking at some of their friends.
It's sickening. They cannibalized them. They're comrades.
Not quite. The king is totally different from us. He probably thinks of all the other creatures as food.
So, what do we do now? If the queen dies, we'll have no reason to stay.
There's no reason now. The queen can't procreate anymore. There's no reason now.
And it's the lion chimera that was already having a problem with Colt.
The queen can't procreate anymore.
That's true.
What? The queen can't maintain her kingdom, so that each of us could possibly become king. Isn't that right?
Oh no, this is still the lion.
The queen can't maintain her kingdom, so then each of us could possibly become king.
And mind you, it shows all of these other chimeras that join the lion's side are already kind of making moves as if they want to usurp the throne.
Do you realize what you're saying? You can't do us as you like. You can't do as you like. I doubt we're the only ones who want to get out of here.
And it shows all of these other chimeras.
Do you get it now? You're in the minority here.
I forgot to move this up higher. And then we get back to Colt, Moral, and Nove. Or Knave. I forget his name.
Please, there's not much time. With the queen gone, the ties that bind us will vanish.
What will they do exactly?
Become copycat kings and leave to spread their own seed. At least 4 or 5 of the leaders would. Once the command structure breaks down, some officers will do the same. They will spread out worldwide and wreak havoc on local ecosystems. Are chimera soldier ants able to breed?
Yes, they can forcibly mate with females of other species. Normally, with a queen at the center of the colony, the soldiers will not attempt to breed. Though it has been reported that when a queen dies, the soldiers leave the nest and begin mating on their own. I doubt he's lying to us. And then Moral continues.
Hey, you got a name?
Colt.
Colt. We'll take you to our boss. Tell him the same story. But I don't know if he'll believe you. Even if he does, I can't guarantee he'll spare your life. Will you still go?
Of course, as soon as possible.
What a coincidence. Our pupils should finish up today.
I almost forgot. I bet 100K on Knuckle and Shoot coming.
And then we cut back to a different location, and it's a truck, and it's Knuckle, Shoot, Gon, and Killua.
And you bet 1 million on all 5 of them coming.
But yeah, we just see Knuckle, Shoot, Gon, and Killua here. And then we get Gon.
Knuckle?
And he's looking kind of pensive.
Promise me! Save Kite and bring him back!
Gon does not know that Kite's already dead. He has no idea. All of this extra training, all of this extra ever since they left the NGL, everything they worked hard for. And he has no idea that Kite is already gone.
Save Kite and bring him back!
Leave it to us. We'll bring him back. I swear on this. And it's the tile that's been put together. And both Knuckle and Shoot make their way into the NGL. And it also shows like a little creature that's on the shoulder of Gon. I don't know if this is Knuckles' you have accrued interest Nen ability, but he's just got a little creature that's just chilling on his shoulder.
Killua, I'm so weak. You know, I never thought being weak was this frustrating!
And Gon is just crying his eyes out. And it even looks like Killua's crying just a little bit. And on the return trip and they're leaving, Gon just sits there with his head in his lap, just like head in his hands the entire time.
Gon, for the 30 days that you can't use Nen, I'll protect you. No matter what, I'll do anything. And after that, we'll go our separate ways.
And that's the end of chapter 214. Onwards to chapter 215. Chapter 215, Last Words. And it's Chairman Netero. Hey, maybe with the way my voice is, this will actually be able to make him sound more like an old man. We'll have to see.
It's me. Send over the Chimera and research team right away. Yes, the king was born. Call Dr. Lee from Fanlin? I want to say Fanlin? Call Dr. Lee from Fanlin Medical College and have her assemble a team of the best surgeons and artificial organ specialists.
And then Netero is still on the phone with both Nave and Moral there. And then he's done.
We'll leave in 4 hours. We'll do everything we can. And Colt, we'll need your help too.
And while he's saying this, he cuts off the rest of his top knot. Like he just cuts it off. Now, mind you, the actual band itself is still there, but he just leaves like a little tuft of hair at the end. He no longer has that long ponytail he had before.
And Colt, we'll need your help too.
And then Netero gets in a completely different outfit. No more wearing the chairman stuff. He's like looking like he's in the, like a workout shirt.
This may be the last time I'll wear this.
And then Moral's looking like,
Isn't that...
yes, the heart t-shirt. It's the outfit the chairman only wears when he fights for real. I thought it was just a rumor.
So, Colt, I hear you use Nen. Considering you've seen the king up close, I want you to give me your best honest opinion. I want you to give me your honest opinion.
And then Netero just lets the Nen flow.
What do you think compared to the king? Such polished aura. It feels like I'm being stabbed by needles.
And then Colt just plainly says,
You probably won't even be able to touch him. You'd be killed by one of the royal guards first.
And then Netero just laughs.
Good news. A challenger at my age. What a thrill.
And in a very, very detailed panel, it just shows him stroking his chin hair, his like a beard hairs, like,
Finally a challenge.
And Nave just gulps.
Moral. The pupils will be decided today. Yes. Take them and the doctors to the nest with Colt. And you? You're not taking on the king by yourself, are you? Oh no, I'm just going to see an old friend.
And then Netero just leaves Nave and Nove and Moral behind. Then we cut back to the Chimera nest.
The others have left. Most of our own soldiers joined up with other troops. though some oddballs from other troops stayed too.
And while Colt is talking to the chimeras who stayed behind to still serve the queen, that same Koala one is still here too. You know, the one that can spit so hard it can go straight through a person's skull?
Maybe it's better this way. We won't have to argue anymore.
And it also shows human doctors coming in to take care of the queen.
Did you stop the bleeding? Yes, I couldn't do much else.
Oh wait, this is the chimera that was looking after the queen.
Did you stop the bleeding?
Yes, I couldn't do much else.
Neither can we.
Neither can we. Don't expect a miracle. We'll attach as many artificial organs as we can.
And then Colt speaks up.
Can't you use any of my organs? You can take all my blood, too.
Unfortunately, chimera ants of different generations are entirely different creatures. You can see how different you are even within your own generation. Thanks for the offer, though. Pray for success, that all these organs will work.
Pray? Is that all I can do?
And Moral is behind Colt. And then the queen speaks out.
Is anyone there?
I'm right here, Your Majesty. Tell me anything you need. What's up?
A signal.
Yes, the queen can't talk like us.
Can you interpret? She may give us a hint to save her life. My son, is he all right? Was there anything wrong with him?
And then there's silence. And then Colt speaks up.
There's no need to worry. He's perfectly fine, and he took the royal guards to look for herbs to help you heal.
Actually, he left after killing and eating some squadron leaders. I doubt he'll return. The king doesn't care one bit about the queen's well-being.
No, you must send him on his journey right away.
And everyone's still listening.
He has no time to concern himself with me. He has the potential to rule the world. I ask again, he was healthy?
Yes, Your Majesty.
I'm so glad. I was worried since he was born prematurely, but now I know I fulfilled my destiny. That's enough for me.
What are you saying? You are a guiding force! We will all be lost without you!
I know best about my own body. I do not have long to live, but I have no regrets.
Stop saying these things! You have to live! Use my body! You won't know until you try!
And this is Colt literally trying to save the queen, even though she's fine dying.
Listen to her. You should respect her wishes. I have a last request. I thought of a name for him. Meruem. It means light that illuminates all. Let him know, my beloved son.
And then the queen dies. Yeah, the queen dies. And then Colt just hangs his head low.
Not again. I couldn't save her. I can never save anyone.
Again? What happened before?
Well, he's mixing it up with his human.
Well, he's mixing it up with his human memories.
You have human memories?
Sure we do, in varying amounts. Previous personalities affect us a lot. A lot of us even remember our names. How do you think we learned to talk so fast? And then Knave is looking. Knave and Moral are looking, and then Colt pays attention to the queen's body and notices something moving. Something's moving.
Don't touch her! I'll get it.
And he sifts through the queen's guts and finds like a tiny, almost fetal looking baby still alive inside the queen. So the queen not only had met him, but also had another child as well. And then Colt is crying. And he looks happy, going,
I'll protect this baby. I swear. This time I will.
and then Moral just lets out a breath and walks up next to Colt, and then holds his big old smoke pipe next to his head, going,
Moral.
well, this is Nave going,
Moral.
Colt, can you swear that you and that baby will never eat a human? If you can't, go somewhere I'll never find you. But if you can, I'll never let anyone harm you two, as long as I'm alive. That's a promise.
and then he says this while snot's coming down his nose because he's also crying too. Moral is also crying too.
It's no mystery who I get my soft side from.
No doubt about it. And this is Knuckle, and he's crying his eyes out. I guess thinking about... No, this is him just crying. This is Knuckle crying. And then it shows the previous human that used to be alive, along with his sister and his mother. And it's like they're all together again. But it's really, Colt and this baby. It's like that sort of dynamic is coming back up again. But that's the end of chapter 215. Onwards to chapter 216. Okay? Things are getting quite serious. Some of this stuff I remember and some of this stuff I don't from the anime, so I'm really glad I'm getting this refresher. Chapter 216, Republic of East Gorto. And it's both Gon and Killua inside of this truck. And then Gon starts saying something, but is really muffled because he still has his head in his hands. Gah! And then he yells out loud.
There! I'm over it. Knuckle will rescue Kite for sure, so I gotta get stronger. I don't want to disappoint Kite when he gets back.
See, what makes this so bad is that every single time Gon brings up Kite, it's just a reminder that he does not know that Kite is dead. Every single time we go through a volume and Gon is talking about how much he's waiting for Kite to come back, or he can't wait to see Kite, we gotta rescue Kite, Kite will be fine, they'll rescue Kite, knowing full well that Kite is dead is going to make the moment he finds out all the worse.
Knuckle will rescue Kite for sure, so I gotta get stronger. I don't want to disappoint Kite when he gets back.
And then the other girl that was with Kite's crew, the one that was chewing gum all the time, she goes,
I guess your head's straight after all. You may have met Kite before we did, but we spent more time with them. If you sat around moping any longer, I would have kicked you off the truck. Kite wouldn't want to see you like that. He's definitely alive, and he doesn't want to see regret or remorse from you. He'd want you to figure out what to do now. You need the wits to make the right choice, and the determination to see it through. If you're weak, then train harder. You can do squats or push-ups even in here. Yeah, you're right. Say spin? Huh? Why do you want to be a hunter? I need money to pay off an enormous debt. Ever hear of the small-billed swan? No. It only lives near a certain mine. We don't know why yet, whether it's the food, water, or weather. So we bought the entire mountain, or rather what's left of it. Kite financed it for us. He was the first grown-up who bothered to listen to a bunch of kids with nothing to their names. The mountain is home for Stick and me. We were born there.
sorry if my voice just seems a little bit off. It's just like trying to go up high while it feels this way is a bit different. It's not impossible, it's just a bit different.
Our most vivid and lasting memory is the sight of thousands of swans taking flight with the sun rising behind them. When we heard it was being considered as an industrial waste site, we realized how much the place meant to us. Kite said he envied us. He doesn't have a place to call home because he doesn't know where he was born. Once this mission is over, I'll take you there. It's priceless.
Then we get back to the NGL. And then there's a whoosh sound. And then the woman is looking around. And then we cut to the back of the lady's head. And we see that the entire back of her head is gone. Like something just ran by and bit an entire chunk out of the back of her head. And the other two ladies who are inside the NGL gateway point, yeah, they're dead too, because the back of their heads just explode in blood too. And it's the Cheetah dude. It's old Cheeto. He came through. Finish line. I am the king of speed. Nobody can stop me. And after licking his lips, because he basically bit everyone's back of their heads off. He just takes off and he starts running full sprint outside of the NGL. Woo!
With Cheetah's speed, he should be across the border by now. Well, I'll take it slow. To look for my own paradise. A place with plenty of food and females. Cows, swine, people, boars, bears. I don't care what, as long as there's plenty of them. After all, I'm the king of the eaters.
And he says this after eating an entire, I can't even call this an alligator, but an entire creature all the way down to its bones. And then we get narration showing the chimeras going to different places around the world. Those who were once soldiers have set off on their own journeys to become kings. As for the king himself, he was in the Republic of Escorto. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! And it shows one of the elite guards just carrying him towards this gigantic palace here in Escorto. And he goes, And he lands, and we get soldiers. Yeah. We get soldiers looking at all of them landing inside of this courtyard. Eh? What's that? Are those costumes? What else could it be? And the king is walking towards them. You there, off the premises, or else! And next we get is their bodies completely and utterly decimated and spread out across the floor. Because Meruem, and it shows Meruem basically just, Meruem is just massacring every single one of these soldiers effortlessly. Then we get to this, I guess, this dining hall, and it's just one singular person who's in here. And he has like a whole bunch of women inside bunny suits just dancing for him while he's eating a whole bunch of good-looking food. Speaking of food, can't wait to eat me some Italian goulash. But he's just eating going, intruders, well, get rid of them. Don't bother me with such trifles. I'm busy right now. And he's literally wasting taxpayer dollars, eating filet mignon while having this entire cabaret inside of his home. Nitwits. And he's eating his food and clapping and enjoying himself. And it shows Meruem and the rest of the elite guards just walking through the hallway. I don't know whose army you're from, but setting foot in here just earned you a painful death.
Sire.
Yes. I felt it without even focusing my eyes. It's a rare. Looks tasty. And then we cut back to a different location. We cut back to the old Chimera Fortress where we have Shoot and Knuckle. Oh, man. Oh no. If this is them seeing what I think they're seeing, things are about to get bad. If this is what I think they're seeing, things are about to get bad. But that's the end of chapter 216. Onwards to chapter 217. Let me go ahead and change the chapter number up here. When I had the member summit earlier here in December, I am so glad that many of them told me that I should have the chapter number up so that way people can tell what chapter I'm on. Regardless, if they see, they can know exactly what chapter I'm on the entirety of the chapter. So, pardon me. Chapter 217, Meat Orchard.
Yes, this is the taste. This is it. I feel it. The energy is surging within me.
After basically eating the brains of the one Nen guard, that one of the rares that faced off against him, he not only beat him soundly but ate his brains as well, and now Meruem appears to be flowing with power. And Pito's looking.
Okay, so this is the king's ability. By consuming the aura of rares, he makes it his own.
And it shows him basically like a shadow of himself just eating, the eating the bodies of a rare.
The more he eats, the stronger he becomes.
And then we get to the person who's in charge of this, who like rules this entire home, and he goes, as Meruem and his elite guards just walk in there, he goes, "Who are you? What are the guards doing?" What was the voice? "Don't bother me for such trifles." What was the voice I just gave him? "Don't bother me for such trifles." I completely forgot the voice I was supposed to give him. "Who are you? Where are the gods? What are the gods doing?"
Small fry. I don't feel a thing.
Scoundrels! Who do you think I am? Ming-Jo-Ik! Ming-Jo-Ik! The king of kings! The great father of the people! The leader of the century!
Why is this scum claiming to be king?
A common phenomenon among humans. The incompetent rise to undeserved power by heredity or connections.
How absurd. Rule by Cretans brings disaster. Only imbeciles would have such a practice. We will have to keep humans on a short leash.
Yes, sire. As food, their meat is of high quality, and they can take care of themselves, making husbandry simple. Even the commons are good enough to be nourishment for us soldiers.
Get out of here, or feel the wrath of my divine power!
I'll take care of this, sire.
And this dude was promptly devastated. And mind you, there's a shadow over his body, over the remains of his body, but Pito basically just disemboweled him. Just basically disemboweled him. It's in shadow, but you can see his insides completely left his body. I mean, his head is literally partially ripped off of his head. His arm is ripped off. His hand is like he was torn limb from limb.
I'll take care of this, sire. He can be used to control the humans.
I only pushed a little and it broke. Do as you like.
And then Meruem is looking at all of the women that were still left behind.
Spare us, but please don't kill us.
They are idiots. Utilize your puny brain and think hard. Did you ever lend an ear to cows or swine that begged for their lives?
And then the women just start crying even more. And then it just cuts to Meruem and his crew just rolling up to the balcony that oversees the entire courtyard.
Nice view. And it's big enough. We will make this into a meat orchard and use it as a human processing plant.
Yes, sire.
Then it cuts to a different location, where it's Gon and Killua. Oh, and we're returning to Palm.
Forget the enemies. I have to protect Gon from Palm first.
And they enter into this building that looks like it's been completely ransacked because there's scratch marks and gouges and just, collateral damage to this nice looking home. All over the place. Blood splatters, too. And then Killua goes up to a door and he creaks it open. And then he gets freaked out because he sees Palm inside, apparently stabbing multiple fake dolls with Gon's hairstyle all inside of this room. And apparently, she has been so busy doing this that she's filled up the room with stuffing and mutilated doll bodies of Gon, all in this room.
You'll pay for this. You promised you'd take me to NGL. You said you'd stick a needle in your eye if you broke your promise.
And then Gon goes,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want an apology, but there's no point in sticking a needle in your eye either. Yeah. So what do you want me to do instead?
And then Palm stands in front of Gon, knife in hand, and goes, and holds her finger up and goes,
Do anything I say. You have no idea what Gon's going through. Okay, got it. Go out with me.
And then Gon and Killua are all like, huh?
I want to be your girlfriend.
What?
All right.
Do you really know what that means?
Yeah, I said I'd do anything.
This is how you'd want it to... Is this how you want it to happen?
What do you care? It's between him and me. What do you care? It's between him and me. Between him and me.
And then Palm is just fidgeting, just being all weird. And Gon is confused, but Killua's all like,
This is bad news. This is insane, Gon.
Stop interfering. It's between him and me.
You just like hearing yourself say that.
Just stay out of it. We're going on a date now. There's someplace I really want to go. Oh, sorry. Not today. What? 'Cause I'm training with Killua today. Why don't you join us, Palm? Huh? What are you talking about? We're going steady, aren't we? Yeah? Then why do we have to have a third wheel? And training is not a date. This is more than just a date. It's our first date. Do you know what that means? Our first date!
Now, Palm, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it for the people in the back. This woman is insane. She crazy. She crazy. I don't trust no lady whose nails are as miskept as hers. If your ends of your fingernails are jagged like that, I'm avoiding you. Ain't gonna be no, oh, I can fix her. No. No, I'm going in the opposite direction. I'll be all like, so in order to get out of this neighborhood, I go that way, right? Yeah, that's me. Gon, you are too much of a cinnamon roll to be in any way connected to this woman.
But it's not a date.
Huh?
If we're going on a date, it has to be a proper date. Especially if it's our first date, like you said.
I've never heard the word date used so much.
Besides, I need some time to get ready. Time? To get ready for what?
It's a secret. Save it for tomorrow.
Oh, all right then. You should have said so sooner. Then I wouldn't have gotten so upset. Sorry. But then it wouldn't be a surprise. You're such a tease.
And then she just pokes him in the head. I don't know if it's just me, but if your nail is jagged like that, I don't want you poking me. I don't trust those nails to not lacerate. I'm just being real. I don't trust them to make mincemeat of my forehead if you're just poking into it. All it takes is for you to poke me with too much strength, and now I gotta put a band-aid over there because you done cut into my meat. I'm just saying, I don't trust nobody whose nails look like that to be poking me in my forehead. I don't trust it. Then we get to a different location, and yeah, apparently it's a gym. Oh, wait, but it's before they leave.
Meet at 10 by the bulletin board. All right.
And then we cut to a different location, and it's a gym. Dudes are working out, going,
Gon, you're amazing. Huh? What? I mean, dealing with Palm. It takes skill, man. It takes skill, man. Oh, yeah?
and mind you, Killua is casually lifting weights that are easily twice his size. And all the other dudes in the gym are just amazed at how much weight both Gon and Killua are capable of lifting for kids their size, because they are kids.
Say, by any chance, have you gone on dates before? Uh-huh.
And then a big old rock metaphorically falls on top of Killua's head.
Well, mostly with Mito. Oh, okay. Wait, you mean there were others? Yeah, sometimes ships with all-female crews stop by Whale Island. Some of them only go out with younger guys. They took me into town and taught me a lot of stuff.
And
A lot of stuff? My god, he's so experienced!
then Gon just straight up says,
They call those types cougars. You've never gone on a date, Killua?
Gon. Avoid those women. Avoid those women. You need to avoid those women. You do not need to be near those women at all. You need to go. You need to leave. Need to leave. Need to leave. Need to leave.
You've never gone on a date, Killua? No, of course not. All my life was spent learning to kill, and I've been with you since we met. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I thought we would stay together.
And then someone was saying, "Stay out of Gon." And then someone was talking to Killua, saying, "Stay out of Gon's life." And then we go back to the fight with him and Shoot, with him going,
How did you know? Uh-oh, I'm losing it. I've made up my mind.
and then the phone rings, and then Gon picks it up.
Hello?
It's me, Knuckle. We found Kite and got him. It's me, Knuckle. We found Kite and got him.
Really? So he's okay?
He doesn't answer back immediately.
Knuckle?
He may be still under their control, so I can't really say that he's okay.
I'm sure there'll be a way to get him back to normal.
Yes, we'll be back in 3 days. In the meantime, be careful. Other soldier ants have spread out in all directions.
Gotcha.
And then Gon hangs up and goes,
Yes! Kite is alive! That's great. Now all I have to do is protect you for 1 month.
And then it cuts to a crowd who are just like marveling at something they're seeing. And they're all like,
Cool. Smile.
and these girls are taking photos because it's the same super speed cheetah chimera who's all like, feeding ground found. And he's flexing and he's licking his lips because he intends to eat all these people. And that is the end of chapter 217. Onwards to 218. This bad. Chapter 218, Confession.
Found it. What are you gonna do with that? It's a gift for Palm. Are you sure? Won't she go berserk if you give that to her? Well, by itself, yeah. Anyway, let's get back to town. Okay.
And because it shows Gon and Killua are just out in the wilderness, and apparently Gon is picking stuff for his date with Palm.
We'll be done for if an ant finds us out here in the woods. Our chances of encountering them are higher in town, but we can slip away while they're killing other people.
Just the casualness of him saying like, yeah, we can get away if it starts eating other people.
'Cause right now, Gon can't use any Nen. I'll sacrifice everything to protect him.
And Hold on. I want to make sure that I didn't just miss something, because I started on 212, right? Hold on. Ah, yes, right. Yeah, I had to remember Knuckles' Nen ability because of the acute interest that Gon got himself. He's not able to use Nen with all that interest he built up. Yeah, I had to double back and remember that fully because I completely forgot about that Nen ability. But getting back,
'Cause right now, Gon can't use any Nen.
yo, CDs, it's good to see you. We are currently on chapter 218 of Hunter x Hunter, and my throat is still a little bit scraggly because I was going through a cold a little bit, but I'm pretty much out of all of it except for getting rid of this residual throat scraggliness that wants to stick around. But other than that, your boy is good. The Lord is good and his mercy endureth forever. And I cannot wait to continue reading more Hunter x Hunter. And then we have the Woowa update that just dropped yesterday that I couldn't record for you guys because it was obviously Christmas. So I'll be doing that a little bit later after I eat lunch. But yeah,
'Cause right now, Gon can't use any Nen.
my first time here for my Hunter x Hunter reaction. You're sick again? You got to, hey, I get it. Please take care of yourself. Don't be going outside, not wearing anything that can protect you from the elements because that cold will get in your joints and it'll mess you up. It'll mess you up.
I'll sacrifice everything to protect him.
Then they hear a rustle, and it's like this, what part are you on in Hunter x Hunter? I am in the Chimera arc where the Chimera squadron leaders have been making their way in different directions. The king has been born, and he has basically taken over the palace of East Gorteau, and Gon is preparing for his date with Palm. So getting back to this, because I need to get back on track here, this little 8-legged beaver pug creature comes out, and it just walks past them.
Let's go.
Then we get police cars as they start to surround the cheetah chimera, because apparently the cheetah chimera has gone on a feeding frenzy and has eaten the brains out of multiple people already. So the police surround him. Yeah, I need to focus on these chapters because if I keep looking at chat, the police surround the chimera going, "Throw down your weapon, put your hands behind your head and get down on the ground. You have 3 seconds before we shoot. 3, 2, 1. And mind you, the cheetah is standing over the bodies of all the people whose brains he's eaten.
Ready, set,
Fire! And all of the policemen fire at the cheetah chimera, and he focuses his eyes, and it's like the bullets are moving in slow motion to him. And the bullets get close to his face, and then he's gone, and he's already rushed past all of the policemen. And one of the officers goes, "He's gone! Ow!" And then he looks down at his hand and sees that all of his fingers that are holding his gun have been basically ripped off. The only thing left is the thumb. All the other fingers, including the trigger finger, all of these have just been ripped off. Ah! And he's just holding a bunch, and the cheetah is holding a bunch of fingers in his hand. And then just chows down on them like they're like they're bite-sized snacks.
So slow and clumsy. There's no challenge to it.
Then we get on the news.
7 people in the suburbs of Pata were killed today by a mysterious creature. The creature wounded the police responding to the scene and escaped into the Mira Mountains. According to the authorities, the creature said, "I'll be back tomorrow and bring someone faster," before running off at over 125 miles per hour, which would suggest it's a new kind of magical beast. Nearby residents have been given a mandatory evacuation order. The government has made a capture request with the Hunter Association.
Pata, the Miera Mountains.
And Killua's looking at this.
It's 2 towns away from us here in Dole. The Miera Mountains are in the opposite direction, too. We should be fine. Your turn, Killua!
And then apparently Gon gets out of the shower and we see his hair not actually be spiked up. It's actually kind of a little bit loose, but still kind of spiky, you know?
So we'll be doing our separate things tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll probably work out in the gym all day. Not. I can't leave Gon vulnerable.
And it shows Gon going off on his own, but Killua is following him. And then Gon is standing there at the bulletin board. And then a woman walks up next to him.
Gon, over here. Wow! I didn't recognize you.
What the heck?
Do I look weird?
Because Killua is looking confused at this person who's supposed to be Palm. And she looks completely different from like her actual normal appearance that we've seen. She cleans up quite well. I'ma be real with you.
Do I look weird? No, you look so pretty. Not so loud, you're embarrassing me. But it's true. Let's get going.
And then Palm just pushes him out. And then Killua's all like, ugh. And then we cut to different places. Amusement parks, aquariums. And while they're enjoying themselves, Killua is steadily looking after Gon.
What the heck am I doing? Now I look like the stalker. Don't lose heart. I gotta protect Gon. The enemy could be anywhere.
And mind you, he's staying out of range of Gon so that Gon can't sense him. Then we cut to an entirely different forest. And they're just chilling in the forest.
There. Chimera ant aura. It's not close, but not far either. Just a trace of its aura. It might have passed through already. Or it might have been carried by the wind. Either way, an encounter is likely. Should I warn them? It won't help matters any. We're here!
And apparently Gon has brought Palm to this forest that has like a singular tree just in the front of it.
Gon can't use any nen if he forgets that from his rage about Kite and runs off. We'll be screwed! If he forgets that from his rage about Kite and runs off, we'll be screwed! And Palm will absolutely flip out if their date gets interrupted. If she starts yelling, that nearby ant will hear for sure. Here's a chair.
And Gon has a chair prepared for Palm to sit on, but she ignores it and just sits directly next to him.
I can't let them know. Thanks.
But she rather sit on the ground next to Gon. And then it starts to get dark, but then the tree they're sitting in front of this, small lake, it lights up.
Wow. I'll have to take care of this. I'll have to take care of this by myself. Sea fireflies. They live near brackish water. It's breeding season for them. Here. It's a gift for you. A gift for you. The prettiest bouquet in the world.
And mind you, he hands her what looks to be brambles with no leaves, no flowers, no nothing on it whatsoever.
This? Give it a minute.
And then the lights start to change on the tree, and Palm is looking confused a little bit, but then the fireflies fly towards the branches. It's almost kind of tricky to tell with this particular panel because the background is gray, but also the lights that signify the sea fireflies is very, very light as well, so it kind of almost completely blends into the panel, so I couldn't even really notice all that well that they were flying straight towards her. And they gather on that branch, and they light it up as they did the tree.
The tree sap mimics their pheromones and attracts them.
And then her eyes start to tear up and she goes,
I love it. Thank you. Really? I'm glad. But I can't give you what you really want. What's that? Time together. I want to get stronger so I can defeat the Chimera ants. To do that, I have to train really, really hard. Kite will be back soon, but he's being manipulated, so we'll probably have to fight his controller to save him. I'd like to focus on training, at least until we get him back to normal and exterminate the ants. The aura's getting stronger!
because Killua is going towards the source of the aura while Gon is still sticking with Palm.
No doubt about it. It's heading this way. Is that all right with you?
And then Palm, with a very freakish look on her face, and it's a highly detailed freakish look, goes,
Huh? What are you talking about?
and that's the end of chapter 218. Onwards to chapter 219. We only have to go all the way up to 223, and then we can call it done for today. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Chapter 219. Chapter 219, Awakening. And Killua is just steadily, hold on. Got tissue here. Those coughs always get me. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. That cough just came out of nowhere. Chapter 219, Awakening. And Killua is steadily going through the forest, but he senses a chimera, and it's the same chimera that Gon and Killua ran into the first time, the one with the rabbit ears and the weird-looking feet.
Hey, I thought I smelled human. I remember you. You're that kid from before. Guess you've got bad luck. Now you'll suffer the pains of hell. At least it won't be for an eternity.
I've led him upwind, far from the two of them. At least I was able to do that.
I'll make it quick if you tell me where the other one is. Though I'm sure he can't be far. You guys are together, right? No matter. I'll just yell at the top of my lungs while I swing your severed head around. Then he'll come find me. That's what humans do, right?
Exactly. Leading him away doesn't mean a thing if I don't get rid of him for good.
And Killua starts activating his aura, and his hair gets spiky, a little bit more spiky, until that feeling of Illumi appears behind him and just goes, run away. And then Killua's heart just beats, and he starts sweating. And this, this domino-looking chimera, this rabbit-looking chimera with the super weird feet, is looking kind of curious about it. And Killua hasn't moved.
Ha! What's that? Are you actually afraid? Oh yeah, I gotta kill you now. I'll crush you into a bloody pulp.
Avoid battles you can't be sure you'll win.
I gotta protect
The enemy is unknown.
Gon!
Run away.
No matter what!
And while he screams out, the chimera slaps him and sends him flying. And while he's trying to get up, the chimera's walking behind him. And it looks like he just starts stomping on Killua.
You're such a wuss, huh? Paralyzed with fear, are you? Oh, God, this feels good. I want to kill him, but I want to savor this feeling.
And then he smacks away Killua again, over and over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah!
Run away.
No!
Now.
And this is Illumi in his head, conditioning him that he needs to run away from an opponent that he can never defeat. And then the Rabbit Chimera just kicks Killua.
I must protect him because he's my friend. He's the best friend I've ever had.
And Killua is shaking, and also crying. And then the Rabbit Chimera goes,
Oh, jeez, don't look at me like that. I can't hold it anymore. I gotta kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
and then we get Illumi in his mind going,
Run away.
Shut up.
Run away.
You can't tell me.
Run away. Run away. Run away.
Shut up!
Save the head. Eat its tongue.
I don't ever
Run away. Run away.
want to lose him.
Run away.
Gon! He's my
Run away.
friend!
Run away. Run away.
My best friend! Ah!
and there's a scream of pain because it shows the Rabbit Chimera looking like he was supposed to have swiped at Killua, but Killua is no longer in front of the rabbit Chimera. He's far behind him. And then it shows Killua standing there, and he has blood dripping from his forehead now. And the rabbit is looking confused. And then Killua opens his hand, because something was in it, and it looks like there's a needle.
He got me.
Ah?
Illumi, when he plant this? It's been inside my brain all along.
And apparently he just straight up... Apparently this needle that was inside of his brain was what was affecting Killua all this time. And first of all, you pulled a needle out your brain. In order for you to do that, you need to break through the skull, which means you broke through your skull to jam your fingers in there to get a needle that was in there. How did you even know it would be there?
What are you talking about? Are you nuts? How'd you get away just now? No, I know. Just before I struck, I saw it. He stabbed his head with his finger. Then he disappeared, and now he's standing over there.
I feel so much better. Fully awake. No, more like freed.
That's all he did? Nothing more? This has to be my imagination. Why am I the one paralyzed with fear?
Tell the other ants. If they come near us, expect to end up dead.
And then the rabbit Chimera is getting more and more upset and goes,
Why you?
Fine.
and then before the Rabbit Chimera can even move towards Killua, Killua has made his way past this Chimera, ripped off his head, and the Chimera is still screaming, but he can't because, no lungs. No lungs! And he's looking confused and he's looking back over at his old body.
Die.
And then Killua just crushes his head. So this Chimera's gone. This Chimera's dead. This Chimera is dead.
I don't care.
And that's the end of 219. Killua has woken up. No more fear, which means he is gonna be killing them all. But yeah, that's the end of 219. Onwards to 220. And then we have 3 more chapters after this. And then we'll be done with this. We'll be done with this volume. Chapter 220, Reunion Part 1. And Killua returns to where Gon and Palm were supposed to be, but they're gone now.
They're gone? But their stuff is still here. Did another ant?
And then he moves all the way back to the place where they're staying, and he sees Killua, he sees Gon inside of this room making papers, while Palm is standing there with a knife in hand, and she looks back at Killua, her face looking way less, pretty than it was before.
What are you doing? Huh? What else? Punishing him. Punishing him for hurting my feelings. He deserves to be punished. What? You're the one making unreasonable demands. Well, at least they're safe. Stay out of it. It's none of your business. You stay out of it. In fact, just go away.
And then Palm is just staring at Killua, noticing, marks all over him.
How did you get those cuts? Training. Got a problem? Let me give you more then.
And then she proceeds to apparently stab Killua straight in the head. Or at least it seems like she was going to stab him in the head, but Killua immediately moved away from her. No fear means that he's capable of moving this way now.
Palm! Your knife can't touch me. I could dodge it in my sleep. But I...
And she launches at Killua with this horrible ghost face.
You get back here! I'll kill you! I'll kill you! Try and catch us, you lunatic!
And then Killua is moving, and it shows Palm getting further and further away in distance, meaning that Killua is running!
No, Killua! She'll just be angrier with us later. Huh? Who says we have to ever see her again? Call up Knuckle and let's meet them someplace else. I should go back. You got a death wish or something? You got a death wish or what?
I don't want to say the wrong words.
You got a death wish or what? Have you forgotten you can't use any nen right now? If you don't take her seriously just because she's a non-combatant, she'll stab you in the back.
She wouldn't do that.
Didn't you see what she just tried to do to me? I can't believe you!
And then it cuts to Palm. It cuts to Palm, who's back at her place, and she's just getting mad and upset.
Think you got the better of me? Think you got away? Think again. You don't know who you're dealing with. I can find you anywhere.
And she's lost it. She's lost it. You can't fix her. You can't fix her. You can't fix her. I don't want to hear Kyushu, hear me out. No! You can't do this with Palm. She crazy! Maybe she crazy. No, she gone. She out to lunch. She got a couple of bats in the belfry. She's 2 bricks short of a load. She's 2 screws short of a fixed fixture. She is 2 light bulbs. She's the light bulb is in, but it ain't on. It is she's crazy.
I can find you anywhere.
And she starts ripping into her head, ripping into her hair and pulling it out in strands. And then she slams what looks to me like this crystal ball on this weird creature skeleton thing. And she starts cutting into her wrist, scratching into it repeatedly. And it shows scratch marks are already present there, meaning that she's done this before. And she scratches into it. And then drips the blood into the mouth of this thing.
My dear little mermaid, tell me where that infernal brat Killua is.
Then it shows in the crystal ball exactly where she's at. She's Fatal Attraction crazy and Misery crazy all at once. Yes. Yes. Yes! All of these things! Yes! But then the crystal ball shows where Gon and Killua are.
There he is, the hotel by the train station. Always interrupting, always a nuisance. If it weren't for him, everything would be perfect. And I'll hunt you down to the ends of the earth. You won't get the better of me.
And she's gathered multiple knives, put them on strings, and draped them all over her body. She is literally covered in knives. And then she runs outside after slamming the door, and someone is standing there. And it's Nove. She runs outside her place, and Nove is standing there.
Master Nove.
Where did they go?
A hotel. The one with 3 circles.
It's me. They're at the Triobe Hotel.
Yeah, they just called me.
Yeah, they just called me. And I believe he's talking to Knuckle. Wasn't the rendezvous in 2 days? Yes, that's the plan. I'll use this extra time to observe them, to see if they'll be able to handle seeing Kite the way he is now. By the way, Palm,
Yes?
you use your ability without my permission. I thought I told you to be prepared for the unexpected and wait for my orders.
Yes, sir.
Your blood is a precious, limited resource. Use your ability only for me. Got it?
Oh, Master Nove. Yes, sir. He's the only one for me.
Stay away from Crazy Palm. You will not escape her palm. She will keep you close by. And if you aren't near, she'll stab you with a knife. I need to work on the lyrics, but you understand what I'm saying. This woman is crazy. But we cut back to the place. We are still there, and Nove goes,
So, what's with that getup?
Oh, it's nothing at all.
Then we cut to Gon Freaks, 12 years old, blood type B, forced to briefly date Palm Siberia, 22 years old, blood type A.
Tell her to wait until after we save Kite. Tried that.
Dumped without any warning.
when you first seen her, you was all like, oh, heck no. No, I'm in the same boat. Same boat. No, too crazy. I understand. I understand seeing the qualities within people, but I draw the line at crazy. I draw the line at I want to stab you because you ruined my date with this person crazy. There's a line. There's such a thing as acceptable crazy, non-life-threatening crazy, and then there's palm crazy, which falls into everything else. No. But then we cut to the Cheetah Chimera, and he's running along the road, and he starts to see someone in front of what appears to be like this giant smoke cloud, and that person is Knuckle, who goes in to punch him, and he just dodges out, and then the Cheetah Chimera dodges out of the way. And then Knuckle goes back to try and land another hit with the Chimera going, who the heck? And then a big old weapon goes swinging towards the Chimera, and it's Moral with his pipe.
Not bad.
And then all of a sudden, before either Knuckle and Moral can react, a flurry of punches lands on Knuckle and Moral at the same time.
Duh, he's fast.
You're better than those guys from yesterday. Just a little.
And it cuts to Shoot, who's apparently observing both Gon and Killua while they're out. And that's the end of chapter 220 Onwards to chapter 221. Let's change the number. Yes. Moral is your dog. Them knives is what done it for me. Oh no, it's both the knives and the fingernails. Okay? You weren't here when I was going on my rant. You weren't here when I said, like, if your nails are jagged and look like they can lacerate me if you all but just poke me, no, your nails are too long. Huh? Take care of your nails. Clip them properly. How you gonna let your nails get all jagged and broken up like that, huh? Huh? What? No, that's already a red flag for me. A woman who can't take care of her nails, at the very least, keep them clipped, but don't let them get all jagged and divvied up like that. Just don't do that. Don't let it get to that point. The only excuse you have is if you ain't got no nail clippers at the house. That's the only excuse. But if you grown, them nails should be cut. I gotta cut mines. And I don't like for them to be long. I don't like going over stuff and tapping my fingers and I hear nails and go like... I don't like that. Getting back to the story, because I can go on a rant. We'll have plenty of time to rant about different stuff. So when I'm playing the newest update for Wuwa. So yeah, we'll have plenty of time to carry on this conversation then. Chapter 221, Reunion Part 2. And we have Moral and Knuckle versus the cheetah chimera, whose name escapes me.
I guess you were waiting for me. Too bad. You'll get beaten at your own game and die without even a chance to strike back.
Huh. Oh yeah? And this is Knuckle. Your punches are weak. No weight behind them. You couldn't kill us with 10,000 of those.
Oh, I get it. You're too proud to admit defeat.
Right? And then he runs over and starts using his speed to hit Knuckle over and over again. And also hit Moral over and over again. And then when Knuckle gets hit pretty hard, he tries to swing at the cheetah chimera. And the cheetah chimera jumps away. And Cheeto, I'm just going to call him Cheeto. Cheeto jumps away and goes,
"Ha ha! You're swinging after the strike's been called. I'm not even making a serious effort yet. In speed or power. See?"
And he just starts dashing away from all of them, leaving after images in his wake. But then all of a sudden, Knuckle is already aiming where Cheeto is about to be. Normally, he was aiming after the fact, but then Knuckle already picks up on his speed and aims where he's about to be. And his fist gets closer and closer to Cheeto, and he's looking at it. Mind you, it's still slow in his eyes, but the fact that Knuckle aimed in the direction of where he was going to be anyway.
Whoa. He aimed accurately at my face. He couldn't even follow me with his eyes before. A lucky guess?
And then he goes and hits Knuckle. And then Moral comes up behind.
This guy, too. He clearly knows where I'm at. We've only been at it for a minute or so. They've adjusted in such a short time.
And then Moral gets hit again by Cheeto. His name is Cheetu. I knew it was a vowel. I was missing. I was one vowel off. It's not Cheeto, it's Cheetu. Cheetu! Cheetee? Cheetu. Cheeto. Cheetah. Cheetee. Cheetai. Cheeto. Cheetu. Yeah. Yeah, I was just off. I was off just by one vowel. But he lands some hits on Moral, going,
"Totally different from yesterday. How fun!"
And then he continues to land hits on both Knuckle and Moral.
"It makes it worth playing with your food."
And he continues to hit the both of them over and over. And Cheetu, yes, Cheetu, continues to smile.
You can't make your bodies react fast enough. It's obvious you're inferior. How will you make up for it? With guns? By calling your friends?
Wits and experience.
And then Moral breathes in a big old puff and just starts to fill the entire area with smoke.
Huh? There's smoke swirling around us. Is it poison? Or sleeping gas? No, they're breathing it too. Is this his ability?
And Chitu is staring directly at Moral.
Scared? You can run, you know.
Does that mean you won't? Which means it's a smoke screen. They'll attack using the smoke as cover. Let's see what you've got.
And then Knuckle comes through the smoke, aiming directly at Chitu.
There!
And when he's preparing to dodge out of the way, suddenly a whole bunch of clones, like a whole bunch of shadow clones of Knuckle, just suddenly appear through the smoke, shocking Chitu, going,
What the?
and then he gets hit in the side by Knuckle, being the first to land a hit on Chitu.
Ugh!
People freeze up when they're startled. It won't work more than once, but once is enough.
How so? You caught me by surprise, sure. But it didn't hurt at all.
Oh, snap, he got him with his Nan ability! Because as he's holding his side, something pokes out of his side going,
What's this?
It's time. You've accrued interest.
and this little same Nen ability that got Gon is now attached to Chitu.
Who knows?
Tell me.
And then Knuckles starts to disappear in the smoke. And then Chitu angrily goes,
Tell me!
and then tries to run at Knuckle. But then Moral sticks his leg out through the smoke and trips him.
Now you're blind with rage. Making you stumble is a piece of cake.
And Chitu's eyes get bloodshot and veiny because people are making fun of him. And then Moral disappears into the smoke. You know it's bad when someone's in smoke and you see them and then they disappear into it and you have no idea what's about to happen in the smoke.
Hey!
And then the smoke disappears, and then both Moral and Knuckle are gone.
They're gone! Where'd you go?
It's time. You've accrued interest.
And then that same creature Nen creature is right next to Chitu.
It doesn't matter what it is. I just need to leave it in my dust.
And Chitu just takes off with Knuckles' Nen creature following straight behind him. And then when the smoke is cleared, both Moral and Knuckle come out of the reeds that surround this highway, because they're on a highway. But there's these big, giant, tall fields that they hid inside that they come out of as soon as Chitu's gone.
Seems he can't cope with Zetsu.
He's a newbie peon after all.
Don't let down your guard. He's tough as is. You never know what might spark an epiphany.
APR, that's his Nen ability, APR. APR will let me know his general position. Chase him down, close in, and it's game over.
I thought APR loses effect once it gets too far away from you.
It stops accruing interest, but it won't disappear. It'll start counting down again when I get close. Oh, so it's just going to be there with Chitu the entire time.
We won't even need it to change to IRS. We've seen what he can do. Don't be stupid. Even knowing his pitches isn't a guarantee against striking out. Someone else will be better suited to fight him.
True. I wonder how Gon's doing. And then we cut to a forest, and Chitu is breathing heavily and sweating after running away from APR, but APR is just still there.
Darn it. I can't lose him. Being fast isn't good enough. So this is Nen. I need something besides speed.
Then it cuts to Gon and Killua, who are just opening, apparently, training cards, and Shoot is still observing them.
Oh, a rare one.
And that's the end of Chapter 221. Onwards to Chapter 222. Almost done. Then I'll get some lunch, and then we'll have some fun. Chapter 222, Reunion Part 3. Oh. And we're at a mansion with Shoot, Knuckle, Nove, Gon, and Killua.
You sure about this? Kite is in there. He's not the man you know anymore.
And mind you, Shoot is apparently holding Kite inside of that floating cage that he had when he was going up against Killua. But there's rattling inside of the cage.
It's okay. We'll put him right.
Then the latch opens. Yeah, the latch opens.
Darkin, Hotel Rafflesia. The cage traps the enemy once I deal a certain amount of damage, either whole or just a part.
So that's what happened to my eye.
Once out, it returned to normal size. Be careful.
And Kite comes out of there. No shirt, but scars all over his arms. And he grows to full size. He starts to get larger and grow to a size.
He can't use Nen, but he's still quite an adversary.
And then Kite is just touching the ground, and this just ominous aura comes off of him. Yeah, this ominous aura just comes off of him, and we only see Kite's eye through his hair that's hanging over his face. And Gon and Killua are just looking, and Kite is just gnashing his teeth. And we see Kite's face, and it's no longer the same. His entire face has been stitched over. His eye looks like it's bulged out. One eye is looking in a completely different direction. Scars and stitches all over his face and body. And this horrifies Gon.
We think he was being used as a training tool for the soldier ants. He mechanically attacks anything that approaches.
And then Killua was kind of looking in the direction of Gon, whose face we don't even see now.
Kite. You're safe now. You're safe.
And as soon as Gon gets within range of Kite, Kite reflexively punches Gon. Yo, High Dragon, good to see you. He reflexively punches Gon in the head. And it leaves a bleeding wound. It leaves a bleeding bruise over his head. And Gon continues to walk towards him.
Not since that day have you hit me. I still remember the pain.
And every single time he gets close, Gon keeps getting punched by Kite. Over and over again, as both Shoot and Knuckle look on, but Knuckle kind of doesn't want to look. And then Moral speaks up.
You really want to let this go on? Gon can't use Nen to block any of this. Gon can't use Nen to block any of this, right?
And then Killua speaks up.
He'll be fine. He'll see the pattern. He might have figured it out already, and yet...
And then Nove speaks up.
You may be right. He's taken the blows on purpose, suppressing his reflexes to dodge or parry.
And then Knuckle internally thinks,
is that possible? Even if there is a pattern, a couple of minutes isn't enough time for Gon at his current level to figure it out.
Then Killua.
He doesn't know what else to do, faced with this reality we helped create. Right next, and next, then left. Add a feint. He really is like a machine.
Oh, wait.
Right next, and next, then left. Add a feint. He really is like a machine.
Gon is paying attention to the way that brainwashed Kite is actually fighting.
Kite is not this weak. Kite's fists hurt a lot more.
And then when Kite goes in to hit Gon, Gon dodges. And Kite looks kind of confused, but it's kind of hard to tell with the way his face looked. And then Gon immediately hugs Kite.
I'm sorry, Kite. It's our fault this happened. You can rest now. Leave the rest to us.
And then we just see what is actually controlling Kite, and it looks to be like this big giant puppeteer Nen creature, but Gon can't see it.
Level 2. Gon can't see it now.
Does that say now, or does that say yet? These words would be so small. Yeah,
Level 2. Gon can't see it, though. It's activated when you touch him. You need advanced fighting skills to defeat him now. My ability sealed Kite's Nen, but that thing is the Nen ability of the guy controlling him. Watch out. Touch him again and he'll start attacking.
How did you stop him?
we had to wound him severely. I'm sorry, we had no choice. If you keep away, he won't attack. And Gon is getting upset. Gon is getting upset, and he's clenching his fists and he's walking away.
Kite, hold on. We'll put you right.
And even Knuckle can sense this malice coming off of Gon, this anger off of Gon.
Killua, I swear, I'll take on that bastard myself.
And then Knuckle speaks up.
Killua, I felt this from you too. What did you two do to change so much in such a short time?
Nothing really. They're the ones who changed us.
And Gon is just walking away with his head held low after seeing Kite in this state. That is chapter 222. Let's go ahead and move on to chapter 223. Hatsu? Yeah. Gon can't see it. Gon can't see the creature that is around Kite right now. He can't see the thing that's puppeteering him. But yeah, that was the end of chapter 222. Onwards to the last chapter of volume 21, chapter 223, 10, part 1. It's literally the number 10, part 1.
Was it right to let them tag along?
And we're on a train now.
It breaks our promise to the old man.
I don't see a problem. The selection test was to decide who went to NGL. We are currently headed to East Gorteau, are we not?
You're splitting hairs there. You're splitting hairs there.
Are you saying we should make them turn back? And it shows Gon smiling with Killua.
No. There's a tiger in him now. He'll be able to straighten out his own messes at least.
And then we have Shoot speaking to Nove. Killua maybe, but I'm not sure about Gon. The fire in his eyes was astonishing, yes, but he seems deflated since. He may have improved, but he loses focus. I don't think there's any consistency in his powers.
But there's method in his madness. I bet he'll be in his best form when the chips are down. I liken his lack of motivation these past couple of weeks to a coiled spring.
And then Knuckle.
A coiled spring? He's saving everything up to unleash it all on... He's saving everything up to unleash it all onto his hated enemy. Well, we'll soon see. He'll get his Nen back tomorrow.
Well, we'll soon see. He'll get his Nen back tomorrow. And then Moral is just hanging his head outside of the window of the subway train. And then goes,
the enemy is just ahead.
Then, of course, another title, chapter 223, 10, part 1. And we cut to what looks to be like a slummy-looking area. And we have someone on the news going,
What do these sudden developments in East Gorteau mean? Ming Jolik himself made another speech on TV today, calling on all his citizens to attend the rally in the capital in 10 days to celebrate the founding of the nation. Is there any precedent for such a rally?
Well, there have been assemblies for the entire populace before. But these events only lasted 1 day, and hospital workers and public servants were exempt from attending. Actual attendance was probably around 70%. This time, the rally will be held over 3 days, requiring everyone from infants to the infirm. This is most unusual.
And it shows the king himself, apparently put back together after being massacred by Pito, also being controlled by this puppeteer Nen creature as well.
Waiving public transportation fares is also unheard of. We should assume this rally is for a different purpose than previous events.
What reasons can you think of?
Let's see. The announcement of a successor and ceding political power at the same time comes to mind. But it's inconceivable that Ming would step down. It could be a diversion to distract people from something else.
The whole world will be watching Escorto in 10 days' time. Next on the news.
And then we cut away from the news and we get back to with Moral Nove shoot, Knuckle, Killua, and Gon, with Moral speaking up going,
Colt thinks they'll be sorting the entire population. They already know how to awaken Nen by force. We don't know what they'd use these people for, but 99% of the population will die in the process. It must be prevented at all costs. We have 10 days.
And Killua pops up.
What's the old man doing, by the way?
He sent a text message that he's infiltrated Escorto already. There's been no word since.
Is it possible he's dead already?
He told us to assume the worst if we don't hear from him by today.
And then, like clockwork, Nove's phone just goes off.
Speak of the devil, it's the chairman. Does he have satellite dishes for ears? He knows He knows everything. That you two were coming in Moral's comment. He's supernatural, that's for sure.
And the message says, split up in 3 teams of 2 and lure the royal guards away from the king. Commence at midnight sharp, the night before the rally. From the old man with satellite ears. They literally just said this. The text message says he's the guy with the satellite ears before they even said the comment about him having satellite dishes for ears. Yeah, he's supernatural, that's for sure. And then we get back to Gon with the little creature that was apparently holding his Nen hostage going,
I hate to say goodbye, but the 30 days are up. Time for me to split, so see ya!
Sorry, I was really channeling Meowth from Pokemon in there. I was really channeling him. It's all like,
I hate to say goodbye, but the 30 days are up. Time for me to split, so see ya!
And then he disappears, and then Gon tests it out, and he's got his Nen back.
Now you can use Nen again. Give it a go.
And Gon is just standing there with Moral behind him.
Gon. Sorry, but I don't think you're up to the challenge. I want to see your resolve. Pretend that I'm the enemy who did that to Kite. If I feel your punch isn't good enough, I'm gonna call for a replacement on her.
And Gon is still standing there with Nen, just emanating from his body.
Always the bad cop. He obviously approved of him long ago. Gon, show him your Jajaken.
Without holding back?
You kidding? You fail if you hesitate or hold back in the least.
All right.
And Moral not only takes off his tie, but also takes off his entire shirt, too. And then Gon walks towards him. And then Moral, all of a sudden, just bulks up, and his muscles get even bigger. And then Gon is just standing there, and he closes his eyes, and he thinks of Kite. The moment he lost his arm, he thinks of that one chimera they saw the first time, and he also thinks of Kite as he is right now, a disheveled mess of a man. And then all of a sudden, the air goes black behind Gon, and his eyes that normally shine, that have that little white shine in them, just go completely black. And then Moral feels this pressure, and he immediately starts sweating. Killua notices, but everyone else, they all start sweating as well. Knuckle, Shoot, Nove, and Palm is there as well, going back to her stringy-haired, from-the-ring, knife-wielding, crazy look that she had before. And then Gon starts charging up Nen in his hand.
Show me.
Rock! And then all of a sudden, the Nen just starts emanating from Gon in ways that we've never seen, to the point where it looks like it's almost enveloping Moral. And then Gon keeps focusing more and more and more and more and more until Killua comes up and puts his hand on Gon's back and goes,
Gon, that's enough. Right, mister?
Yeah.
and Moral is standing there bewildered, whole body sweating. And then Gon breaks out of whatever he was in, and he was all like,
Thanks, Killua. I'm sorry, Moral. I almost killed you.
and then Moral's looking like,
You win. Just the right touch of lunacy, too, I'd say. We'll split up now. Fulfill the mission however you like. Goat and Killua take Neferpito per your requests. Knuckle and Shoot will take Memuthurirurururupi.
I hate that name. Can I be real? I hate saying that name. Menthuthuyopi. I hate that name. I hate that name. Neferpito I can get, but Menthuthuyopi. Menthuthuyopi. I hate that name. I hate that name! I hate saying that name.
Knuckle and Shoot will take Menthuthuyopi.
Got it.
I wish you good luck.
So now we have everyone who's going to be facing off against everyone. We have Gon and Killua who are going to be going after Pito. We have Knuckle and Shoot going off of Menthu. I'm just going to call him Menthu. And we have Nove and Moral going after the Chimera with the butterfly wings. And it shows the king, Meruem, and it shows Chairman Netero in the last panel. Volume 21, Reunion, End. And this is also the end of Chapter 223. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been it for my live reading of Hunter... Wait. Oh. Okay. Whenever I go back to live playback, it made me think that, oh no, I put the wrong numbers up there. But this has been it for my live reading of Volume 21 of Hunter x Hunter. I will catch you guys next Thursday, which will happen to be... Wow! The next time I read Hunter x Hunter will also be the first day of 2026. So Hunter x Hunter will actually end up being my very first... The next volume reading of Hunter x Hunter will actually be my first stream of 2026. Interesting. But I just want to say I enjoyed this chapter, but this also means that I enjoyed this entire volume. But this also means not only are we past the halfway mark of the entire series, but we have entered into what I would say is the best part, some of the best parts of Hunter x Hunter, if not the best parts of Hunter x Hunter. Because the whole thing about the Chimera Ants and all of them, and every fight that's about to go down concerning these Chimera Ants, are about to be some of the best fights of Hunter x Hunter. Some of them I remember, some of them I do not, but these chapters are going to remind me fully of all of them, and I'm looking forward to the next instance when I get to read Hunter x Hunter for all of you, because it's about to get really good. But that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. I need to go ahead and get myself some more orange juice, and also prepare to eat some more of that Italian goulash that we got downstairs for Thanksgiving. But I'm done. To High Dragon, to CDs, and if you happen to be watching me, whether it's normal live or you're watching me live on shorts, all I can say to you is, hope y'all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Even consider checking out the Patreon, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. And because I know you're coming back anyway. Have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!